Well, my work with autistic savants was really driven by my having a theory that if anybody was capable of proving any psychic ability, it would be an autistic savant. And the reason why I predicted that is manifold. First of all, the savant syndrome itself is a phenomena that is so reminiscent of psychic abilities. And what I mean by that is that, for example, the twins who were evaluated by Oliver Sacks were able to generate prime numbers. And when he first met them, they were generating prime numbers that were 6 digits long, and they were consecutive. And so one twin would say one of the numbers, and then the other one would say the number that was immediately after that one. And there's really no good algorithm for generating prime numbers. We have algorithms for recognizing prime numbers, but not for generating them. So Oliver Sacks was really amazed by this ability, and he came back and gave them an 8-digit prime number that he had looked up in a primes table, and they were able to very quickly start generating 8-digit primes. And he tested them up to 12-digit prime numbers, and they were completely accurate, and that was the limit in the 60s of the computing capacity. So they weren't able to actually test the 20-digit numbers that they were generating, but there's every reason to think that those were probably accurate as well. And so then when you look at these autistic twins who had no math skills, had no formal training in anything, they'd been raised basically in an institution, you have to wonder, where are they accessing that information? Where's that coming from? And so knowing the similarity that had to psychics who say that they obtain information non-locally, I thought, well, let's look even deeper into the phenomena itself. And if you asked the twins, well, how did you know these numbers? The answer that they gave was that the numbers just appeared to them. They just popped into their consciousness or into their visual field. And it wasn't that they were deriving anything. They had no conscious kind of activity that you could really attribute to their process of getting these numbers. And if you ask people who are having a lot of psychic experiences that are very, very accurate, if you ask them, how is it that you obtain that information? They frequently will say something along the same lines, that the information just comes to them. They might see it, they might hear it, and that what it really requires is them being able to get out of the way of the information, to not have their sort of the small mind that a lot of us engage in a daily life, where we're thinking about, what we're going to have for dinner and what so-and-so said yesterday and how our financial portfolio is going, and those kinds of things that keep people locked into this sort of more mundane reality. If you can get out of that, which of course these twins were not living in that kind of situation. They in fact were having their different physical needs being taken care of by an institution, and they just were free to play this game in which they could access information that it was just like, how could they possibly do that? They also did calendar calculation, for example. So looking at that as well, so we have, not only does the phenomena, just from an extraordinary experience, does it line up with psychic abilities, but then their inner experience of how they say that they obtain the information lines up as well.